Tony is an American who fell in love with soccer during the World Cup, but now he needs a club. That's where we come in. We're the CIP consultants, and today we're asking Tony the questions that actually matter. Does he want trophies or trauma? Superstars or underdogs? Beautiful football or absolute chaos? By the end of this video, Tony will have his team. Alrighty, we are very excited here. We are finally doing our CIP consultants, and we have, Rubes, I'll let you take it away. Why don't you intro your mentor?
Yeah, I'm happy to jump in here. We've had a lot of guests on the pod, but I am happy to welcome our wisest, our most attractive, our funniest guest yet, Tony, who had helped me grow through college, taught me everything I know about this world, now said, I need help choosing a soccer team, and came to us. Tony, as a sign of respect, I have worn a jersey from the country of your people, Italia. I know that you're not the biggest fan of Chelsea. I wanted to show that we are an impartial consulting party and that I'm putting your best interests at heart.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for the kind words there, Rubes.
Well, Tony, we are very excited to have you here, and you are the first of our consulting firms. So we are helping American fans now after post-World Cup. Tony has fallen in love with the game. He was texting us. We were on a bachelor party. We were all in a hot tub together, and we're just talking ball. A bunch of dudes talking ball, and Tony's fallen in love with the game. He's looking for a club. So that's where we come in, CIP Consulting. We are hoping to do a couple more of these before the season starts, but there was nowhere else we could go. We had to start with Tony. We are very
first.
And hopefully,
and for those watching on YouTube, take a look at that beard. Just throwing that out there. If you're listening to the podcast, trust me.
The beard does match the drapes or whatever they say. But
that's
moving
crazy.
on. We're not cutting that. The way this will work, all three of us, we have three different segments that we're going to go into, three categories. We have tradition, we have environment, we have performance. We will each ask a question. At the end, we will kick Tony out for just a bit. He's going to answer the questions for us. We'll kick him out. We're going to consult. When Tony comes back, we will have our best Premier League recommendation for him, a Premier League club to follow for the rest of the season. He'll obviously make a decision whether he wants to take our consultation or go somewhere else. And on top of it, we will then check in with him. Maybe mid-season we'll check with him, see how it's going. End of year, if he's still watching. But yeah, I think let's jump right into it here. First one here for you, Tony. We are going to start in tradition. So as you know, soccer is a massive game of tradition. It's one of the oldest sports on this planet. Pretty much everything we love about it is tradition. My first question here for you, how do you want your team to be built roster-wise? A, developed internally through the draft or minor leagues. Think maybe the OKC Thunder, maybe your San Antonio Spurs, the way they've done in the past couple of years. B, sign the top free agents and pay the most. Traditionally, maybe the Yankees, in this case nowadays, the Dodgers type of idea. Or C, a Moneyball approach. Don't even feel like I really even got to explain that one. Oakland A's, some of these smaller market teams that have to make wise and really use scouting to the best of their ability. What would be probably your pick there?
I'm going to go B. I like the headlines, I like a big headline.
Interesting.
I'm actually a big believer of that too. I need teams that get me excited, just a crazy splash, something in the news during the off season. I like that a lot.
All my other teams, I feel like, are always making noise, so let's keep that up.
There you go. I like it. Rubes or Pooch, you're next.
Perfect. I will jump in here. Rather than the team building, we're going to focus more now on the history. Would you prefer to have more of a classic dynasty like a Yankees-Lakers, a new powerhouse like a Kansas City Chiefs, Vegas Golden Knights, kind of making championships in this modern era? Maybe a team that's getting close to achieving success, maybe your Detroit Lions, kind of getting close, winning fans' hearts, but still falling a bit short. Or maybe that laughing stock, but known for its loyal fans, your Kevin Koff New York Islanders, the Mets, the Jets, the Browns, a team that is painful, but it's just a fan base you're going to love.
I'm going to go C, my New York Knicks, who are no longer the laughing stock. Proved I've been a Knicks fan my whole life, and it was worth the wait. So I'm down to be the laughing stock, and hopefully we make it one day.
Patience reaps the best rewards.
Exactly.
There you go. I totally agree with that. Pooch, you are up here.
Hey, Tony. How are you? Notice how I was the only one who asked you how you were.
Yeah,
Pretty crazy,
I mean,
right?
always a stand-up
Yeah,
guy. You are.
yeah, yeah.
Called him handsome.
You didn't ask how he was.
You're right. I just see him for his
Um,
looks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a bit deeper. I know Tony is a music lover. He makes
Ooh.
love to music and he loves music. Do you care if your club has like catchy tunes or like good song, like good chants, like stuff like that?
Sure, it's not a deal breaker, but I mean,
Well, I
it
wasn't
can't
asking if it
hurt.
was a deal breaker. It was just a
No, I'm-
question.
yeah.
Do you care?
I care.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like if I like played you a song right now and you're like, oh, that'd be catchy. Like I would like sing that if I was at the stadium with everyone.
Yeah. Are you
Yeah,
gonna play me some?
Follow up.
Tone's
Follow
an
up. No,
artist.
no. Follow up. Do you need an international airport near your stadium?
No.
That
That helps more than you
Yeah.
think.
That helps a
That helps
lot.
more than you
That
think.
helps a lot.
Wow. We're going a certain direction here.
I like the trains in Europe. You know,
Wow.
I'll take.
So you're a big like train guy. Would you say you watch trains? Like, will you go to like the train station and just watch them go to and from? Because I
can't
think
say
you
that
might
I
need to get
have on
consulted
that.
for something else. Okay.
I can't say that I've done that. No.
This consulting firm was going to turn into a different type.
Yeah, it was going to be a
bit.
whole different consulting firm if you said
Understandable.
Yes
All right. So
He's really into the models and their exact schedules.
Tony has gone through our first round of questions here revolving around the tradition. Just to recap, we asked him, how does he want his team built? He wants the top free agents. He wants big splashes. He wants his team taking swings. Does he care if his club has history or success? He said, let's go with the Knicks. Laughing stock, but loyal, passionate fans. He's waiting for that one title to make it all worth it. And then Pooch asked, do you care if your club has catchy tunes? And Tone was like, yeah, I'll take some catchy tunes. Does not care about the international airports. Let's move over to environment. So
And I'll say this real quick. In my head, there's already two massive favorites, and I'm not going to reveal them. Interested in going to the next questions, but I have two strong favorites right now.
I do. You've made it easy. Maybe you throw a wrench in with this next section of environment. So environment here, Tone, is, when we were thinking about this, so first off, you have the tradition, right? Who the club is, who they have been. Then you move over to environment, right? What is it like outside the game day? What are the fans like? What is the city like that you'd have to go and visit, right? Ideally, one day you'll go and visit the stadium, right? And that's where a huge thing, right? We're depending on where you want to be. I guess I'll lead us off here. So just give me a quick would you rather. A, big city, bright lights and nightlife, maybe a New York City and LA. B, blue collar, hardworking town. Think your Pittsburghs. That's all I could think of for a hardworking town. C, beautiful city with postcard worthy sights. Miami, I guess maybe a San Diego. Or D, a smaller, more modest city, maybe a St. Louis, kind of wins you over with its Midwest charm.
Interesting, because being a New York sports fan, I want to go with the big city, bright lights.
Right.
But something about like a nice, small, quaint city is kind of feeling right. So I think I might go, was that D?
Yeah, that was D, smaller, modest city. All right.
Yeah.
So you're a hometown type of guy. I like that.
Yeah.
That throws a wrench in it, Rubes. That throws a
Also-
wrench in it.
That does throw a wrench in it a little bit. And for our fans at home, Ethan couldn't even think of one hardworking town. I gave him Pittsburgh. He literally couldn't think of one hardworking
He
city.
didn't even think of his own.
All
That
right,
does
good.
throw a wrench in it.
Rubes,
I mean,
why
I
don't
think like
Yep.
for the sake of giving a solid answer, I'll go D. But just know, I feel like I could go either way with A or D.
There's something beautiful
That's good
about picking a
context.
club is that you can always, like, you're not picking, listen, we're from New York, right? So you're kind of born into it. When you're picking a team in Europe, you get to pick. So it's maybe like, hey, I want something completely different than I'm used to at home. So that's kind of the beauty of it.
It's also could be like, when you're finding a partner, they might not, like you need to check off the main boxes, or like when you're shopping for a house, you might not check off every little thing that you're looking for, but you need the main pieces. So, it doesn't necessarily knock out everything.
Fuchsia
The
said
tables
toilet.
have
Toilet.
turned right now. Rube's talking to me about buying houses and finding partners. This is what I used to talk to you about.
Well, you made me wise.
The consulting firm. Who wants
The
to go
table
next?
has literally turned. Yeah, I'll jump in there. Tone, which fan base trait is most appealing to you? A, drinking culture and pregame rituals. Think of your Buffalo Bills getting hammered, jumping through tables. B, iconic chants and songs, maybe a lot of those college football traditions that really reel you into the heritage of the team. Fighting ability, like literally fighting. Maybe think of your Philly fans getting thrown in the old Philly prisons. Maybe the dude who 1v1 like 10 guys in New York City. Or D, historic rivalries. Just like you're known for that one game a year is the most important game of the year. Your Ohio State versus Michigan. That type of everything revolves on this.
Interesting.
And I know all are appealing, but which one stands out the most to you?
For some reason, I think D was standing out the most. The rivalry kind of struck a chord with me.
I think that's a good place to go for soccer because there is so much history in it that these people have hated each other for so long.
Yeah, I could get into that.
All right, Pooch, you're up.
Yeah, just real 2 quick points that I just want to have a sidebar with Tony about really quick. First, you mentioned you like a small, modest city like St. Louis. Boy, I know you're a Yankees fan, but boy, do I have a baseball team for you in the NL called the St. Louis Cardinals. Also, if you wanted a Western Conference hockey team, we got the Blues, so you're welcome to hop on those bandwagons. My other point to you is mainly a question for you. Are you forgetting about the first 3 answers when everybody keeps going through? Because I just looked, 4 out of the last 5 you've answered D to. So is that an us thing where we're putting the best, saving the best for last, or are you forgetting the first couple and then just going D, man?
You know, if there was C, I would go when in doubt, go with C. But no, I'm good.
Okay.
This is just how
I was just double checking. Yeah, I just wanted to double check.
It's a good call out. It's a good call out.
Yeah. I had
more
a
of our
look back and I was
psychologist on the pod.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, rank kind of what you value most in a club. So first would be like the community and local identity. So like a club that maybe if you're scrolling social media, like you see them like always out, like in the community, or they have a bunch of fans, like a really like local club, like in the town, everybody's there, like cheering on the team. Innovation and modern tech. So a team that's always innovating, whether it's like you look up an article on the team and they're trying out this new strategy for getting players in. Whether it is like, we're going to use analytics, yada, yada, all that dumb bullshit that doesn't actually matter. Tradition, a club that like has been around for like 1,000 years, and you're just like, awesome, I have so many trophies. And then the last one, ambitious, a club that's willing to break any financial rule, are willing to sell their women's team to fund the men's team. Like they're ambitious that way.
I think I like the community first, ambition, and then what was the second one?
Innovation, modern
This
tech.
one was hard to remember. You gave me a lot on this one. I'll give you that.
Innovation, like a club that like innovates.
Innovation's last.
Okay,
Because like I said, I'm down to suffer. Then I don't need any analytics. Like whatever. Like
thank you. It's all fake science.
yeah. Like
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
I think I put it in order.
Yeah, I have no idea where that question just
Tradition
went.
was 3. Tradition was 3.
Tradition was 3. I was trying to write as we went.
Oh yeah. Well,
Because you had ambition second, you said.
yeah. I'm good with that.
I have no idea what any of this. I have no idea what that has to do with environment. That question.
That clicked for me. That worked for me.
Okay, it worked. I'm with it. All right, Tony, I do have one more question. I'm going to break the rules and ask you a fourth here. Let's talk stadium. So in Europe, obviously your stadium, your home ground, it's supposed to be a fortress, right? So tell me, what is most important to you? Having one of the oldest in the world, right? Thinking of, old vintage, maybe broken down, worn down. Think about Fenway.
Most bars nearby.
Maybe most bars nearby. I'm thinking of maybe a Boston, right? Like a Fenway here. Number 2 is maybe the newest, highest tech, thinking SoFi, thinking massive building that is kind of the league standard. C, something really intimate. Don't maybe relatively modern, right? Doesn't have to be super old, super new, but super
You can
intimate
go on a
Intimate
date there.
as in you're close to the
to
ground.
the field.
Yeah,
right. You're
so
on top of
close.
it. The fact that you guys are right on top creates kind of a home field advantage. Or I can't think of a fourth. Someone give me a fourth here. What's another type of stadium we're
I
thinking?
forget what was the
Oh,
first one you said.
how
but I
about
was gonna
something-
say
Can't
the
go with
Boz.
D unless you give me the option.
I'm gonna give you D. Super unique. You know, a stadium that you probably like you walk
Ethan's
by.
gonna give him D.
Yep. Ruby, go back to the cock chair. Or D, super unique stadium, something that you don't see everywhere else. Maybe it has a weird design to it. Something super unique to the area or just to the sport in general.
I think I like C, intimate.
Intimate. All right. Home
Yeah.
field advantage, tight.
Home
Okay.
field.
That's fair. Then that would wrap up our environment. So just a quick reminder here on where Tone went with environment. He's preferring a smaller, modest city. It goes with it, right? An intimate stadium. You want you want yourself on top of the players pretty much, creating a home environment. Even if it's not the biggest building, it's at least tight and small. Yep. Which fan base is most appealing to you? He went D. The historic rivalries. He's thinking Ohio State versus you wrote Rubes. You wrote MSU.
But when I was
versus Michigan.
talking, I caught it and I said
Okay.
Michigan.
Okay, I
So
was like-
I caught the verbal or the written faux pas.
And then Yankees versus Red Sox. And then Pooch's question, he asked, what do you value most? He said community and local identity, ambition, number 2, tradition, number 3. He said, take that utter woke nonsense, innovation of modern tech and throw it out. I don't need that. We're moving over to our final category here, performance. Tone, I will start it off. You tell me, what type of play style gets you the most excited? What makes you want to turn the TV on?
Gets you
A,
hard.
Gets you hard.
6 to
Hey.
midnight.
A, innovative, high-scoring offense, maybe like your Golden State Warriors back in the day, right? Splashing threes and just running it up. B, a rugged, hard-nosed defense. Let's think like your bad boy Pistons, maybe your Steelers defense, even maybe the Knicks the past couple of years. C, adaptable strategy-focused approach. Here's where I went a little bit with a Sean McVay. Somebody that a coach or a team that's adaptable and is going to take what you do really well and find a way to flip it on your head, maybe Belichick back in the day. Or D, an old school, just stick to basics. Run the damn ball, Tone. Run the damn ball, right? We're thinking about Ravens. We're thinking about Derrick Henry just running the damn ball down your throat. What gets you most excited here?
I'm going A all day.
Oh, he wants the high-scoring offense.
Yeah.
All right. Was there any other
Period.
ones there that
Yeah.
maybe tickled your fancy a bit?
Say it again.
Any of the other ones here tickle your fancy just a bit? Or just
D,
immediately you're a
actually.
high-scoring type of guy?
It was between A or D.
Okay, so maybe between, for you as a sports fan, maybe between like the Yankees, right, just smashing homers, and then maybe the Knicks is kind of
Just
what's going
wants
through.
an identity. Like you'd rather have it be an offensive identity, but if it's a defensive identity, at least they have an identity.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I
I'm
would
with it.
agree
Ruby,
with
do you want to
that.
ask your next one?
All right, Tone. Which of these appeals most to you? A star player that makes turning on the TV fun to watch, like a Wemby, a Bijan Robinson. Doesn't really depend how good the team is, but at least that one player makes you dream. B, a charismatic coach who the fan base will go to war for, and it makes every decision, interview, game plan, end game part of the story. Maybe like a Dan Campbell, or definitely from this year, Kurt Signetti, where everybody's just like, dang, like Indiana's so fun to watch. Like, listen to this guy's interviews, listen to the aura. C, an iconic fan base that would deliver the best in-game experiences and camaraderie in the bar. Think of your New York Knicks championship parades, just fans going absolutely feral, tearing down goalposts after the win. Or D, just a bona fide championship contender that you know year after year that you're going to continually be towards the top and you're going to be able to chat shit to your friends.
Looking in C all day.
Okay, that's a good answer. Always go with the fans.
An iconic fan base there. All right, very nice. And then Pooch, you got the final one here before. I think maybe we'll have a couple quick questions for you. We obviously have to learn your deal breakers still. We don't know those yet, and those could throw a wrench into what we already get thinking. Pooch, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just it's less about performance, more about you yourself, Tony. Like, I want to know what you want to watch, Hoss. Do you want to try to ask my questions?
Get the question.
You guys don't laugh.
It
Awesome.
literally
Awesome.
says, it says on the sheet, it says, what do you want to watch? Us.
Pooch missed a production meeting today. He's just freeballing, bro. I love it.
He's rogue and it's perfect.
I'm not wearing underwear. I am freeballing it. So do you want to be entertained for 90 minutes? So like sit down, phone away, like I'm locked in on this game for 90 minutes, kind of. The second one is I kind of want to like do a little bit of like in-house errands while doing it. So I'm thinking like, hey, I'll have the game on in the background. Like I'll be vacuuming. I don't know. Like, do you do dishes or do you have a dishwasher? But stuff like that. I want to watch games midweek and on the weekend. So like you're not just every Sunday or Saturday being like, all right, I know I have 2 hours, but maybe you're like, all right, I'm into this team. Like I want to maybe watch an extra 2 hours of them play on like a Wednesday. And then the last one is just like, I want to do other things with my girlfriend and then watch the highlights when I get home. So like, you're just like, I'm a fan, like I'll pay attention to them. Like I'll watch highlights. I'll be on a walk and I'll get the alerts when they score, the other team scores. So what one of those kind of appeals to you?
Hoss.
Either A or C. Probably A. Like I'm gonna
Okay.
If I'm gonna watch a game, I'm gonna sit down and watch it.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right. You're
good.
dialed in.
Yeah.
That makes sense, especially going off kind of like he wants to be like high scoring. Like this is your way to distract from the world. You want to be dialed, right? You're
And
not
I
looking to
also,
get
like,
anxious about it.
I don't know enough about soccer. Like I kind of need to learn. So I need to kind of lock in and like just be in it.
That's totally valid.
And once Tone is locked in, he's locked in. I've seen how he roots for his other teams. That's a diehard fan.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, we're through. Oh,
Wait, Pooch got his hand up.
Pooch has
his
it.
hand up.
Go ahead, Pooch.
Yeah, I know we're about to ask a few additional questions. I just have one additional question. Hey Tony, Pooch from Classes Permanent podcast. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I just had a quick
How are you,
question. Nothing really to do with picking your team. Actually, it might. How do you feel about the European Super League? Do you think it should happen or shouldn't happen?
I don't know.
It's a yes or a no. Just it's a yes or a
that's
no.
a good question. Good question.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Decent.
Good question.
All right,
Man
I'll ask
City,
a random question then.
All right. Go ahead.
Tone, what would be like you know, I'm not saying this is going to lock it in, but if it could work out, what would be your favorite colors for like a team?
Really good question.
Honestly,
Or
I don't care
preferential
about
colors.
color.
Wow.
Good. That makes
Good.
my
Hey,
life
he doesn't
easier.
see it.
Thank God.
He doesn't
He
see
doesn't
it. He
see
doesn't see
colors.
it. That's awesome. Doesn't matter to Tone. Hey, you're good.
Hey.
Absolute Tone Vicular.
Tone, I have a question for you. Kind of going back to the style we were asking before, it just hit me. When it comes to ownership of your team, do you want owners who are just loaded, like absolute like billionaires? Do you like
Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say.
No, he
billionaires?
said he likes big money moves. He said he likes big money.
Yeah,
Steve
yeah.
Cohen.
Are we
If
going to
that
talk
gives-
about
if there's more
owners'
freedom for the
nationalities
owner,
too?
yeah.
Wait, what was that? You want your owner loaded? Okay, so that already answers my question. You're good. I had nothing to do with nationalities.
Follow up.
Good question. Already good question,
Follow up.
Pooch. Already good question.
Do you want your owners to be Middle Eastern, American, or just straight British?
He doesn't care about that.
He doesn't care about that.
Yeah, I don't think so. But well, I don't know. Maybe British. Maybe. I don't know.
That's so tough. That's so tough.
I don't know. Is that
That narrows it down to like 2.
He's not getting all
to
that.
go with the
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
the history? No.
How about we take him to his deal breakers and then we have our
Yes.
consultation? I think we have some good options here. My head is spinning, but I do want to talk with our experts and I want to present Tone with a bright future and a fun time.
Yes, sir. So, Tony, why don't we asked you to come with 3 deal breakers, 3 things that were non-negotiable that you needed for us to make this decision. You obviously
And-
answered our questions. Yep.
Yeah, maybe we've touched on them in our questions, but to you, these are things that are most important in your heart. And before we present our recommendation, it's something that we need to know.
So when I was thinking about this, I went to my teams that I'm already a diehard fan for, and number 1 on the list, which sounds crazy, I want to suffer
He wants to suffer.
because it's
Okay.
worth it in the end.
Daniel
you get
Conte
to the top.
said, we must suffer.
I gotta suffer. I like the history, historic franchise, historic team. I like that. And I like a big swing.
He likes a big swing. Okay. So we did touch on these a bit, so I think that helps us. These are obviously priorities. So although we asked you a bunch of questions, right? We are now going to actually kick Tony from the chat for, I don't know, we'll say 2 to 3 minutes. And we are going to come together now. The fans are lucky they're going to be able to hear our decision making on the back end. And Tony, when you come back, you are going to have your Premier League club hand curated by us, the CIP consultants. Are you excited?
I can't wait.
Okay. Well, we will see you in a few, Tone. And we are going to meet up now, the consultant.
Good luck.
I don't like the way you said good luck, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I don't like the way he said that. We are still recording.
I'm going to be so honest.
He does not believe in us. He does not believe in us.
He said that.
I don't know if it helps that we're wearing suit jackets with ties and I'm wearing fake glasses. Pooch is wearing real glasses and Harubi keeps saying that I told him he couldn't wear glasses.
Harubi's hanging out with God right now.
Yeah, he just the lights. All right. I think the first thing that sticks out, right? You hear the I want to suffer. You hear history is a priority, right? Those two kind of make it, and the big swing occasionally. I mean, the first spot for me is Tottenham here.
I had 3 names that came. One was Tottenham, Newcastle, or Nottingham Forest. And I'm probably Nottingham because they have the history. You're still suffering. They're a big name. But if he wants those big swings, you're probably looking at Tottenham. Newcastle has the potential, and they're a bit of a smaller city than a Tottenham.
Yeah.
But I definitely think like attacking football, kind of De Zerbi. They have that fierce rivalry with Arsenal. He said he really wants like that historic rivalry.
Yeah.
Obviously Newcastle, Sunderland too, though. What do you think, Pooch?
Yeah, I had 4 teams in my head. The one that kept popping up from the beginning was actually Leeds. Because
not bad,
like,
Pooch. Not bad.
The only thing that doesn't align with Leeds is the signing of top free agents.
Right.
But everything else does. So like laughingstock but loyal fans. Yes.
High scoring.
Smaller city. Historic rivalries. Like the higher scoring stuff, no, but like they're gonna be entertaining for 90 minutes.
Right.
The other 3 were Newcastle and Forest, which Harubi said. And I'm trying to be unbiased, but I don't want Tony to become a Newcastle fan because I like him too much.
Yeah.
But he said he wants to suffer. He said he wants to suffer. And I will say very briefly, Sherry was kind of getting on the Newcastle bandwagon, and maybe they would come back together.
Yeah, I don't want to be on the other side of that. And then the
that
4th
could be
team
good
that
for
I
him,
had,
though. We got to be impartial.
The 4th team that I had was Aston Villa.
I was going to say Villa. Villa was in my head as well.
If I honestly had to like rank mine, it would probably be Leeds, Forest, Newcastle, Villa would be my 4.
What makes you not like Spurs? Like, trust me, I hate Spurs more than anybody, but based off the answers.
I don't
He's going to have De Zerbi football. They just made some big splashes. Literally, they've suffered their whole life, but they're...
My thing with Spurs is, are they a laughingstock? Not really.
Biggest in the Prem.
Wait, Pooch, you can't say that. Really. Everywhere I go.
Get battered everywhere they
but
go.
Hold on.
Pooch, everywhere I go, you bully me. You guys bully me everywhere I go.
Hold on.
Everywhere they go.
Hold on. Yes, we bully you, but we're like, you're never going to hear shit from like a Leeds fan.
What do we think of Tottenham?
Hold on. Let me finish my point. Jeez.
I'm saying they're the most like, shit on team.
They're not like a Mets, Jets, Browns, Islanders type
they
of
are 100% that. We are 100% until we won a trophy. That we're 100%
He said smaller, modest city. So
that
was the only one that threw me off.
That's the one that threw me off too.
That when I started going Newcastle, but he said like, but he was like, technically, like, I do cheer for New York. He's like, I don't hate big cities. He's like, I would just like little. He's like, if I had to choose, but he doesn't hate big cities.
That's a good point,
wasn't
Rubes.
One of his deal breakers.
Well, here's what I think we could do. I think right now, both, for me at least as well, right? I'm between Spurs and Leeds. Those are the two in my head that I think match the perfect amount with Tony at the moment for those reasons. Here's what we should do is I think we should go through his answers and just compare as we go and kind of go,
Okay,
is that
let's
fair?
go through. Yeah, let's go through the question.
So how do you want the team to be built? He said sign the top free agents and pay the most. Now, I don't think either one of these teams is a perfect fit for this answer. I would say probably Spurs lean that more so than Leeds. The other thing is, remember, the deal breakers obviously suffer. History is a priority, was a big one, and big swing occasionally. I don't know what occasionally means in our eyes. I don't know if that means once every 5 years or if that means once a window type, versus a team spending 500 mil. Something to keep in mind. Do you care if your club has a history of success? He said laughing stock, but loyal fans. Now,
I think it fits.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it probably fits Spurs slightly more than Leeds, but I think they both fit this.
I
Yes,
honestly,
I agree.
Real quick, I honestly think we should throw Forest into this as well.
Okay.
I think
we
it
can
should
throw
be out
Forest.
of 3. Because
Okay.
I look at
You like
that
Forest
first
more
one,
than Newcastle?
I do, because I look at that first one, sign top free agents, pay the most. That's literally what Forest does. Forest throws money at the
History.
problem. Like, Morgan Gibbs-White was going to leave for Tottenham, but he stayed because they just offered him a shit ton of money. Like, when they first came up, they
It's
spent
just,
like...
I'm just
they got
afraid in the
deducted
scale of
points.
Tony coming into the world of footy. Like, that is a big splash for a club like Nottingham. But then when he's going to compare it to what all the other big 6 teams are doing, what all his friends are signing, it's still not going to compare. At least at a Spurs, like, oh, you can get a Tonali.
But
Oh,
then-
maybe
but
we
then at
are going to
that
get a
point-
Krupi one day.
But then at that point, we should just scale it down to just the top 6 clubs.
Right. I kind of agree
Like-
with Pooch here. We
like,
should open it up.
At that point,
I'm
like,
okay.
if
I'm
it's
okay
like-
opening it up. I'm okay opening it up. I like
Here's-
Nottingham.
Here's something else I'll say, right?
I do like Nottingham because of the Champions Leagues. It's going to be tough to. I think they're a good fit.
All right, so we'll keep it between those 3. Okay?
Okay.
So we're going back. It's Leeds, Nottingham, Spurs. We'll, by the end of this, right? Sign the top free agents and pay the most. I think we kind of agreed still at the same time. This is probably
Yep.
more of a Spurs than a Nottingham, but we maybe say Spurs, Nottingham, Leeds in that order.
And at least
Yeah.
it fits that Nottingham and Leeds more currently have been tough, like literally relegated,
Exactly.
made fun of.
Okay, laughing stock but loyal fans. Again, I think this probably in order goes Spurs, Leeds, Nottingham. I don't really hear people mocking like Leeds and Nottingham fans. They're
I
kind
think let's fit for this one. I think laughing stock it fits Spurs best, but I think they all fit it.
of okay.
Yeah,
do
I'll defer to you guys on this one, but in my personal opinion, I just want all the soccer gods listening. I don't think Spurs are as big of a laughing stock as like
No,
a
they're
Browns.
the
or
You should not have
biggest
just said that
in
on the
soccer.
pod. Like, why would
Spurs
you do
are
that?
the biggest
Everywhere I go, I
laughing
say
I'm
stock in
Spurs,
soccer.
and people make
We
fun
literally,
of me. Everywhere
we
I
in
go.
college, people who
unbiased.
didn't, people
I'm
who
being
didn't watch
unbiased.
soccer, we would teach them what do we think
I'm
of
being
Tottenham shit.
unbiased.
What do we think
I'm
of shit
being
Tottenham?
unbiased. I'm being unbiased.
I think you being unbiased is almost being biased.
I don't think they're as big as a
You
laughing
might need to
stock,
put on your
but
Torino jersey and take
Anyway.
off the Arsenal jersey.
Wow. Anyway,
my
let's keep,
Torino jersey.
I have no idea what he's
Or
talking about.
Roma.
Anyway, do you
Taras
care?
is the Torino.
Do you care? If
Torino.
do you care if your club has catchy tunes? He said yes. All the teams have catchy
all
tunes.
three, all three do.
Yeah.
It just
now-
needs him in a prem.
International airport. He said that's not a priority. So
Which is huge because then it would have knocked out.
See, that would have helped
Forest and
Newcastle,
Leeds.
though.
right. Environment.
Would it have?
He prefers a smaller, modest city, but again, he was kind of between that and big city. So I don't know much about Leeds. I don't know much about Nottingham.
They're
I would
smaller.
say still more so Leeds Nottingham than a Spurs.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
but
that
who
one
would you
goes
guys
in their
put first
favorite.
between those two? Between Leeds and Nottingham?
small,
Nottingham.
modest city. I think Leeds is.
Leeds
is
isn't
more
that
on the-
modest. They're more like, oh, we're
True.
going to cause a lot of controversy. Nottingham's probably going to be like your smaller, quaint. Like when he was talking about, I Googled it. They have some beautiful sites.
Okay. I'm okay
All
with
right.
that.
That's fine. All right. Which fan base trade is most appealing to you? He said historic rivalries, which I mean, Spurs Arsenal is going to be the biggest, I think, on this
Leeds,
list.
Leeds has a lot of historic rivalries. I
Right.
don't know Nottingham's as well.
I don't know.
I mean,
Nottingham's
But they
at
won
all.
So-
Champions League, so they should have something.
So Nottingham's biggest rivalry is Notts County. Obviously, they don't
Okay,
really
yeah.
play them a lot, but their stadiums are like Paris FC and PSG's, where they're right next
Oh,
to
wow.
each other. And then to Harubi's point, Leeds has the "everyone hates us, we don't care" chant, where I view
Every
them
club
as
hates them.
I
They
yeah, I
were-
view
They were the
Them and
most
Chelsea
hated
are
team in
like-
England before Spurs. Like, I think Spurs are the most disrespected. Like, again, like more in the Browns like bad team category, but Leeds were the most hated team in England for a long time.
Right.
But I would say for historic rivalry, I'd probably put Spurs first, Leeds second.
Spurs Arsenal is just
NLD.
Who is Leeds' big rival? Like, there's one team. Is it Man United?
It's the thing is, it's everybody.
Okay,
It's Man
so
U,
it's
it's
just-
Chelsea.
That almost
it's
hurts them a
Arsenal.
bit. You know what I mean? That almost
It
hurts
does
you a bit
hurt
because
them
if
a little
everyone's your
bit.
rival, no one's your rival, right? Like
I
everyone
agree,
hates
and that's
Millwall.
kind of Chelsea's problem, but that's like a Chelsea
It's like a
Leeds
Penn
type
State
of
thing.
dilemma. Yeah,
I
agree.
forget who their local rivalry is, but I'm not going to try and
they
think
are
of it on
one
the spot.
they
right
are
now.
one team, one club city, which helps them with that because I don't know any big teams there. Rank what you value most. Pooch he had community and local identity. This is, I think, where Leeds is probably going to be in a decent spot, except
Yeah.
ambitious was number 2, which I guess Leeds ambitious. 3 tradition, 4 innovation, modern tech. I'd probably say Leeds.
Leeds 1,
Yeah. And then,
Spurs 2, Nottingham 3.
I would think Nottingham too. For the
Okay.
strict point of community, when I think of community and local identity, they're like Tottenham shares an area with Arsenal. Nottingham,
true.
like they share it with Notts
There's
County.
a lot
but
in
like,
London.
We just said like it's a local
And I think
club.
Leeds definitely won, though, for just like having that
Yeah.
community.
Yeah,
like they're
yeah,
more
yeah.
of like a one-team city
City,
where
yep.
everybody there
Mhm.
is so locked in on Leeds.
all right, let's move over to performance. He said, what type of play style gets you the most excited? He said innovative, high-scoring offense, obviously like the Warriors. For me, again, this, especially with De Zerbi now, I'd probably go
Yeah.
Spurs, Leeds, then Nottingham. Leeds, maybe if they still have Bielsa, would be number 1 for me here. I don't even know who Leeds' manager is at the moment, which is,
Daniel
it's Farr.
Farke.
I forgot he kept, wow, that just sounded Punjabi. I'm going to have to cut that. That wasn't, he's German, man.
Keep it.
I would go Spurs 1, Leeds 2 here, Nottingham 3. Answer which of these appeals to you the most. He said, an iconic fan base that would deliver best in-game experiences and
That's
camaraderie.
Leeds for me.
That's going to be Leeds. I don't know, Spurs or Nottingham second. I don't know I'd probably go Spurs second after.
I am leaning more towards either Spurs or Leeds at this point. I
I
think
am
Nottingham is falling behind.
Yeah, and then
Sure.
what do you want to watch, Hoss? I want to be entertained for 90 minutes. Once again, this kind of goes back a little bit to play style, I guess.
See, I don't necessarily think it does. I think it's more of a think of like even Knicks Spurs this past NBA Finals where Knicks are down by 20, but you can't turn off the TV because
Okay.
they may come back. I look at it like that, where like I look
Okay.
at a team, and I think it applies to both, but I think it may apply to Leeds a bit more because they get one goal, and like every stadium, like it gets rowdy, but like we just mentioned, the stadium is so small and intimate that
was a
on
question,
the
too.
TV when
That was a
you
question.
when you play them, like you could hear the fans start the chants once they score, and you could see the players pick it up. And I think they're more of a 5-4 type of game where Spurs in recent years, and I haven't watched De Zerbi ball like this
Well, De
year.
Zerbi is like the most attacking offensive ball you can kind of get.
Then-
Like,
sure.
then I
he-
think it's a tie for this one in my head.
okay.
Maybe a
Um,
lean towards Spurs
I'd probably
a bit
lean
more.
towards Spurs because of De Zerbi.
I hear what we're saying. I think for me, when I think of Leeds, I'm thinking of Bielsa.
And is it crazy if we offer him, like, hey, we found 2 really good teams for you, we describe each and see which he prefers? Or should we really come with, like, this is our one recommendation?
Well,
I-
how about this? We could give him the 2 and then say we recommend going with this club.
But if you dislike,
his
here's a good
choice.
backup option.
No, just
Okay.
give him the 2 up front and then say, out of those 2, we think Tottenham or Leeds
Here's-
is the one you have to go with.
Here's I think what we do is we've narrowed it down to 2, right? We're a consulting firm and we've said, hey, we have taken 20 options and we've now narrowed it down to 2 for you. At the end of the day, it's your final decision based on how you want to proceed. This is why we present A. This is why we present B.
Should we maybe like pitch, like explain what each team is? Be like, from everything you've answered, like,
Yes.
we'll give an explanation of Spurs, we'll give an explanation of Leeds, of their history, their fans, and where they're currently, and say which sounds most attractive to you.
Yeah, and we'll let him pick. All right, let's get Tony back in here. I think we got it.
Perfect.
I don't know how I'm going to get him back in here. Tony,
Text them.
Tony, rejoin. Tony, rejoin. Yeah, I think
Okay, yeah, like these are two very different teams, but they both check off a lot of boxes. So I think it's good for us to now check in with them and be like, listen, they're different, but both do check off boxes in different ways. Which sounds more appealing to you? Let's go, Tone.
What's up, Rasul Douglas?
Wow, what a pull. What's up, Lido Shepherd?
Alrighty. Tony has rejoined the call. As you guys have heard, we have come with two options, Tony. So what we decided, we took down your answers, right? We went, and there was arguments. You'll listen to this back later and maybe figure out our decision making. There were some arguments. Please listen to it back. We tipped 20 options, 20 Premier League options. We've narrowed it down to two. Based on your answers, based on what's your priorities, based on everything you've told us, we have presented these two options. I think one option, and we'll explain both. You don't have to make a decision.
Now we'll explain both teams, and they're different. Even though both check off a lot of boxes, they're very different. So we did our job narrowing it down, and now we want you to kind of give us your opinion on these two teams.
I'm gonna let Harubi and Pooch. I think they both were driving two answers specifically. I'm a little bit in the middle ground. I want to be a bit unbiased, so I'm going to step out of it a bit. Rubes, why don't you present your answer? Pooch, why don't you present yours? We'll let them each give about a 2-minute pitch on why you should go which way. It's totally up to you at that point what you want to take. Feel free to ask questions.
Okay. Lay it on me.
I'll take Tottenham then, since I think that's kind of what Ethan was gearing for there. I'll say, again, coming, out of pure unbiased place, Tone, because this is probably the team that I hate the most, that I don't respect, that in my opinion is a laughing stock. But you said you're willing to suffer. And so Tottenham is a team that, there's people that we're teaching chants about how much they hate Tottenham. They know nothing about soccer. They are a bit of a laughing stock, yet they have that money. Over the last 10, 20 years, they've pumped a lot into the team. They have the nicest stadium in the Premier League in terms of, a new modern stadium.
We have the SoFi. And just to give...
You have the SoFi. You're able to splash the cash on big players. So even this summer, last year was a disappointment. They went out and made big statements, like types of moves that surprise you, that other teams can't pay that type of money. So you have that excitement for the new year. The new manager they brought in, he's Italian, just like the people from where you were born. He plays attacking football, more attacking football than probably any other manager in the league, where he just wants to go, go, go and run up that scoreboard. Unfortunately, it's a big city. We're talking about London. So, you said you didn't hate big cities. You grew up cheering for New York, but it's not that small, modest town. But on the plus side, you're getting one of the most historic rivalries in all of football. Tottenham versus Arsenal, the North London derby, just pure hatred. Yes, there are some other rivalries, but there's nothing like that one. And you're going to be able to, Arsenal fans and Tottenham fans, so you're going to be able to be right in the middle of that. They're a team that last year had the worst season they've had in probably 20, 30, 40 years. They almost got relegated, but now they have all this money. They have this beautiful stadium. They've invested, and everybody hates them, but they want to prove everybody wrong and finally win a championship.
That was beautiful. Beautiful,
That's a good
Harubi.
pitch. That's a good
And again, I hate them. So that is coming from my heart, Tone Impartial. I literally, when we were in the hot tub, I said I would never recommend this to you, but you said you wanted an impartial party. I think it's too much pain. I would never recommend it, in terms of it doesn't make sense to embrace that pain. But that was one of the first things you said. So that's one option, and Pooch will present on another amazing option to you.
Let's hear it, Pooch.
Glasses are off. Glasses are off.
Hey, Tony, you want to go
What's up?
crazy? You want to
Yeah.
go fucking crazy?
Let's do it. Let's go crazy.
Fuck the suit jacket. I'm sweating my balls off. All right. Let's talk Leeds United. All right? Leeds, one city town, one club city. Nobody else is there. All right? They have the most iconic chant in all of football. Everyone hates us. We don't care. Their stadium is 30,000 people. It's not some like modern day Coliseum. It's not all like good shit. It's a bunch of like overweight white dudes chanting at other fans for 90 minutes. They don't care win or lose. They are just there to have a good time. They have the history. They've won European titles. They've won Premier Leagues. They actually, in like the 2000s, were doing so bad financially, they had to liquidate and got sent down all the way into like League 1 or 2, and have over the past 2 decades climbed back up to the Premier League. And they're now like a mid-table club where they're kind of like making some good signings and kind of trying to stay up and fight for European spots. They're a club that's on the rise. They're rising up right there. Oh Lord, they're about to bust. They they maybe don't play the most attractive soccer, but it's soccer that you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, what the hell just happened after 90 minutes? It's either going to be 0-0, there's going to be 3 red cards and you're going to be, that was awesome, or it's going to be 4-3, 7 goal, and like guys just hitting 30-yard bangers. They have a German manager. I don't know if that makes any like whatever to you.
But he has really good quotes.
Amazing quotes. Harubi, do the German accent and his name, please.
Daniel Farke.
Yup.
That's not a German accent. That's not a German accent. That is an accent. That's not German.
Yep. They have the best young goalkeeper in the Premier League, just signed with them. I think it's the highest transfer fee for an English goalkeeper. So like I said, they're trying to make moves. They're trying to get up there. I think it would be very good to get in on the ground floor of Leeds. I think they're going to have a fantastic year next year. And if you want a team that, like you said, is modest city, diehard fans, personal example, I was in Dublin last year. Leeds had a preseason game. They filled the Avia Stadium, which is like 80,000 seater stadium. They filled it with like 60,000 people. I saw a fight in Tony, Main Street in Dublin where Temple Bar is. What's that called? I forget off the top of my head.
I don't know. Temple Bar. I don't like that.
Did you study there? You studied there, right?
No, I didn't. I studied in Italy.
Oh, that was Jimbo then. Okay. Anyway, I saw 2 Leeds fans just get into a full-blown fight, like in the street. Like they are just crazy guys where they're just there to drink and watch the footy.
And
like,
I will
it is
say,
awesome.
I will say Leeds, because it's the only team in that city, that fan base is very, very crazy. Like they are known for like that Buffalo, Philly, New York craziness. And historically, they're actually much better than Tottenham. Leeds used to be very good and now is kind of like more on the lower end, while Tottenham doesn't really have the history, but has like the top financials and they're now kind of,
I don't know how true that is, that Leeds historically is better than Spurs.
They won tons of Prems. Like Leeds were
Spurs
an English powerhouse.
Spurs were also the first team to win a European Cup.
Yeah, but not like the Champions League, like not the biggest European Cup. Like Leeds were one of the biggest teams in England. They were Man United.
All right.
Tony, do you have any questions? Final questions.
And again, they're
options.
2 of Chelsea's most hated teams, so that's for you. Chelsea hates these guys. That's a plus for you.
Any final questions here?
So I don't mean to derail this, but I'm going to throw out a question that's going to be a third team.
Wow.
This might throw everything off, but I'm not going to lie. I know I wasn't supposed to do much research. I did about 10 minutes of research.
Beautiful.
And I came up with, it was between 2 teams. One of the teams has been mentioned here.
Okay.
One of them hasn't.
Can I guess the other team?
Yeah, you can try to guess.
Is it Liverpool?
No.
Aston Villa.
Is it Everton?
Newcastle?
No.
Okay, tell us.
Thank
Yeah.
God it's not Newcastle.
I know nothing. So just let me know if you, after all the consulting you've done, if you think this would be in line with what I've said. Aston Villa.
Oh,
Wow.
that was an option we spoke about.
It
That
is
was
an
an
option
option.
behind the doors.
Hey,
So-
Tony, I got you. That was one of my options.
That was one of the options.
I would say one of my best friends from work is a diehard Aston Villa fan, and it is a good fit. Like, maybe some of these areas swayed us towards a Tottenham or a Leeds, but Aston Villa does check off a lot of boxes.
Based on what you told us, Tone, right? So, like, for instance, what team do you like? How do you want your team to be built? Aston Villa's not really spending the most, right? So that's kind of where we went away from them. Laughingstock, they're not really a laughingstock. They do have loyal fans. So again, I think that's where we kind of went away from Villa. They're also not like a powerhouse. Smaller,
but they
modest,
are like in that patience. We're like, oh, we're
Yes.
getting better. We haven't won the big thing yet. But in the past, like, before I was born, they had won the championship.
correct.
So
Also,
they got relegated. Now it's like a redemption story. They're actually going to be in Champions League this year.
you asked for a smaller, modest city. They would probably be more of like your Pittsburgh, Birmingham. Hardworking. Historic rivalry. I mean, does Villa really have like a proper historic rival? other
Birmingham.
than-
Yeah, them
Against-
and Birmingham. It's just
Big
Birmingham's not in the Prem, which
And
is
West
why.
Brom and Wolves, all four of
Yeah.
them, all
Okay.
hate each other.
But for sure, the Blue Noses in Birmingham.
Okay. I think from the pitches I've heard, I'm glad that the two you provided are there because you've just swayed me from
Okay.
Aston already. This is why we pay you the big bucks.
This is why we're here. This is why we're here. Tony, it's up to you. If you have any other questions, feel free. If not, I think we're ready for your decision. And the floor is yours.
It's tough. So it's Tottenham was the other one that I had.
Oh, I mean, you see it right there, Tone. It could be you and I and DeSelms. You, me, and DeSelms as a little trio running havoc. You see the kit right there, blue and white like our New York teams. You're getting it's a very Knicks vibe, a team that gets disrespected a lot. But when we
Pooch,
won
help me out here for at least 1 second, though. What do we think of Tottenham? Shit. What do we think of shit?
see how it doesn't affect us, Tone.
Tottenham.
You're just on their mind,
He's all
Red.
moody.
You see,
No,
you're
it's
on
He's
their mind,
because
Red
He's
Free.
nervous. He's nervous.
It's because Tony's a 28-year-old man. He's making his own decision here. What else am I gonna say? We just talked for 50 minutes about this. Me saying shit is not gonna.
Okay.
Tone, it's up to you, brother. You pick your team. You let us know, and let us know if we did a good job.
I think it was a great job. Both options had me thinking. Wasn't thinking Leeds, like I said before. That was a good surprise. But I think I got to go Tottenham.
Come on.
Wow.
Come
I'm sorry.
on, you Spurs. Let's go. Welcome
Yeah,
to
the
Tottenham,
Spurs-
Tony.
It is
My
going to
God,
be
what
weird
is all
for
this
me
blood on
rooting
my
for
hands? Why is there so much
Spurs,
blood on
but-
my hands?
Come on, Tone. Tone, you have joined a sleeping giant.
Oh.
A sleeping giant in England that is finally coming back to
The
life.
damn Italian coach got him.
You
I
like
feel
you
good
like the
about it.
catchy
There's just
tunes.
checks too many boxes, I think.
100%. Well, listen, at the end of the day, I think when you starting
It'll
off,
be good that he has the Selms.
you'll have me and DeSelms. Welcome to the Tottenham Hotspur fan base. Thank you for joining us and taking our recommendation. If you took Aston Villa, it would have broke my heart just a little bit, because that means that I would
was
never
like-
do this segment again.
In my
Well,
head, I
yeah,
was
no.
like, I cannot have him pick Aston Villa right now.
Yeah. No, I had to pick. It worked out. Like that's
Oh.
why I was like, I don't want to throw it off. But you guys did well. The pitches worked. The information,
Listen.
the consulting worked.
I
My
think
pick
based
was,
on what you
was
said,
not
it's
it.
a good fit. It just does break my heart. But I think based on what you said, you'll have fun. And I hope you get a little bit more interested in soccer this year. I hope we see a bit more of you.
100%. Tony will be adding you to the group chat.
Real quick,
Yeah,
as a
please.
sidebar, if you also want to get into championship soccer, which is the second level
Yes.
of England, you can join forces with us and become
Yeah.
West Brom fans.
Yeah, it's awesome. We
Just
enjoy
join
it.
the wagon.
All three of you are fans.
Yes.
We
We just
decided
picked it
last
up.
week. Yeah.
Why not? Throw me in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Up the baggies. Up the
Those
baggies.
That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Let's go. Hey.
Come on.
Baggies on fire. Yo, the fence is terrified.
Yeah, what a segment. Well, there you have it. Tony trusted the consulting firm. At the end of the day, he has picked Tottenham Hotspur as his club to support for the 26-27 season. Tony, we will be bringing you back on probably midway through the year. See
Good.
how it's gone. If you've enjoyed it, was it the right decision? Bring you back hopefully by the end of the year, and we'll see. Maybe you're our first case and our best case. But that being said, make sure if you guys like this content, we're going to keep dropping out more teams. Big thank you to Tony again for coming on. And yeah,
thank you, Town.
like, subscribe,
you,
and
boys.
follow. We will catch you guys on the next one.